Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gameroom Discourse Podcast. My name is Mike.
I'm James.
And I'm Joey.
And this week's podcast is going to be our top 10 Sonic games.
I mean,
So, we've done a lot of Sonic games.
we have, but I mean, it's been a good time to be a Sonic fan for the past couple of years, you know? Sonic the Hedgehog movie 1 and 2, freaking Sonic Frontiers. Hey, Sonic Prime also is really good too, if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels appropriate. It feels appropriate, you know?
Yeah, new year, new Sonic. Looking forward to the next one.
Honestly, yeah.
So
Mike, why don't you start off, Mike?
I think one of you guys should start this time.
Okay, I'll start off then.
Okay.
With my number 10. That would be Sonic and the Black Knight.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wait.
Okay, I'm
right.
gonna have to explain this way.
Enjoy. Go on. Come on.
You sound immediately surprised. So anyway, probably at the time it was one of the more innovative Sonic games in terms of like, hey, he has a sword, and plus, I'm a big nerd for when it comes to Knights in Shining Armor thing, especially with the Knights of the Round Table bullshit. That shit was my jam. Well, is my jam. And you blended it in with Sonic. So, of course, I'm going to be like, oh, goddamn. This is like the best thing ever. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, plus it also has Night of the Wind, which is one of the really, really good Sonic songs. So, you know, I feel like that's a big influencer too.
I would put more thoughts into this, but yeah.
Oh, I'm saving.
Okay. Oh, okay then. Okay.
A lot of these are probably going to be a lot of overlapping.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe not this one, unless you guys actually have played Sonic Advance 3.
I have not.
Sonic Advance 3? It is one of the more modern 2D Sonic games, where it does include like basically all of the characters, with like Knuckles, Cream, Amy, all of them, and they're going through, you know, it was more of like a see if we can actually do this kind of thing with these characters in these environments, you know. It's probably one of my more favorite just purely 2D Sonic games, you know?
Yeah.
Because it actually includes like so many people and has a decent storyline. Not much that I can say about it except for that, really. Is that like it's just it has a lot for it. It just feels like better early Sonic games, I should say.
Yeah, honestly, I think the first 3 Sonic Advance games deserves a remake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, to my number 8, Sonic Colors.
Which one?
Mm-hmm.
The original.
Because do you know what I'm talking about?
The new one leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry.
No, they're both the originals. It's just one's the DS one and the other one's the Wii one.
So yeah, the Wii one.
Okay. Because I know there's some people who love the DS one, and you kind of need to make a distinction between the two.
Yeah, that's fair. It's ultimately very fair.
Sonic Colors, ultimately.
Yeah, but Sonic Colors, giving Sonic actual like different freaking power-ups than he's used to, is honestly really good, and a lot of levels are designed well around the new power-ups. Songs are great. Actually, you know, having you know, the new power-ups and them actually being integral to the story is really nice.
Right.
I had to burp there for a bit. That's what it was.
So let me get this straight. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Out of all the Sonic games, your number 10 is Sonic and the Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 is Sonic Advance.
3.
Advance 3, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've never played. I've never played the Advance series. I know it's good, though. And then number 8 is Sonic Colors.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Mike has so much things to say to me after this. Okay. So, this one's definitely gonna make him mad. Sonic Hero. It's number 7.
Okay. All right.
Mike.
I'm not mad at that one. That one's in my top 10.
Okay. I didn't make Mike mad with that one, guys. I'm in the clear for now.
The Sonic Colors one didn't make me mad. It just
What a flashbang.
so high.
Sonic Color was just
it's so low on the list.
Well, because I have like other ones in here. I'll get to them in a minute. Well, Sonic Heroes, I really like the interactions between characters, which you...
Yeah, Sonic Heroes is fantastic. Controls are a little wonky, but overall, I think it's really good for what it was.
And actually having team synergy, you know, is pretty freaking awesome in the Sonic game. So, you know, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let me see. Another very cool thing about it is, you know, the actual like teamwork, the interactions. Shadow Root, Team Dark is honestly one of the better teams just because of their interactions with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And probably might. And also, you actually get to see freaking. God damn it! Why can't I remember them specifically now?
Chaotix.
Team
Chaotix. Yes,
yeah, they're dope.
Once in a very fucking long time. Like, dear lord.
I love them.
Like, there's
Espio's my favorite Sonic character.
I know. I trust me. I do remember that one. Espio is a good character.
My favorite Chaotix member is Heavy, followed by Bomb.
I hate I hate you specifically.
Yeah.
But
you and your merit and everything you stand for.
Yee.
All right. What's next?
Next on my list, I'm going to do
number 6?
Sonic. Yeah, this is number 6, and I'm going to be saying Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance.
I don't know what that is, actually.
So it's a Sonic fighting game where the main character is a robot, but it's like an arena fighting Sonic game for the GBA, and you, the main character, is a robot, and you have the ability to copy other moves in the game from other Sonic characters, such as Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Amy, Tails. Freaking like you get to copy them, customize your own kit, and also, of course, you know, they have their own special moves that you can also interact and change with, and there's like kind of a rock paper scissors thing going on every time you respawn because you can choose like a different ability. It's it also has amazing sprites, which I think a lot of people do use from every now and then. Like a lot of sprites are used from that for a bunch of like machinist stuff because those sprites were really detailed and really good. Then again, I think they were probably reused from Sonic. They might have been reused from Sonic Advance. I'm not gonna lie, they change every time. But it's a really good game. Like, it has a decent storyline, and it was like it actually made a Sonic fighting game that was good.
Fair enough.
It also was like it had multiple styles, like 1v1, 2v2, free for all. It was really nice, really cool. Coin gathering. It is worth the look up. I know it's also available to be downloaded on ROM, so I mean you can find it there. I doubt it would be hard for you to get like a re-released version of that.
Fair, yeah.
Okay. Now, to number 5, Sonic Adventure. Original Sonic Adventure. Mike is stewing on where I put Sonic Adventure.
The
only
Go
reason
on, explain.
So it's really high up on the list, and the only reason that it isn't higher, I'll explain why I do love it first. This is like first time we're getting any kind of voice acting for Sonic characters.
Mhm.
Also, we're getting a lot more lore, especially with my boy Knuckles, and also this is where Sonic is Sonic as a game franchise actually started developing the thing of like, oh, we have the best music, and we're always going to have the best music. Also, character development, branching, connecting storylines, like setting up for the future for other games, and like interactions between other characters, and like a bunch of stuff from there that is like carried on from there. Like heck, this is the first time we're getting Amy as a character.
True.
And then she becomes like an integral part of she becomes an integral part of the team, and actually sets up a bond more between Sonic and Knuckles. It also sets up Tails as like trying to come out of the shadow for Sonic. It was really nice. The only reason it doesn't beat out other ones on this game on my list are because these other ones are really good, and the Sonic Adventure one in particular is a little bit more glitchy than these other ones. Just a little bit more.
I think you mean the DX version, because the original wasn't really that glitchy, but the main
it
way to
glitched
play
a little bit. It glitched a little bit.
For the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
It glitched a little bit.
Also, I'm gonna say this for the actually people, but Amy's character was fleshed out in this one, but the character was actually introduced in Sonic CD.
Thank you.
It was introduced to Sonic CD, but it wasn't really called Amy Rose.
Thank you, Joey. Joey said what I was gonna say.
Yeah, the actually side of me.
Listen, you know what I meant though, yeah?
Yeah, I know. That's why I clarified.
I know what you meant, but you're still wrong. I mean,
okay,
I get it,
okay,
but like that's why that you're wrong.
That's why I said the character was fleshed out.
Yeah,
Amy
exactly.
Rose was fleshed out and actually given the name of Amy Rose in this game. There. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Next one. Number 4, Sonic Mania.
All right.
I was waiting for Mike to get his sigh out of the way. Wait. Okay, cool. Sonic Mania, great music. Honestly, one of the better homages to the series. Really great. Get to see Mighty and Ray again. New mechanic. Well, actually, reintroducing old mechanics and having in new mechanics as well. It's honestly one of the better blends of past and present when it comes to Sonic 2D games. Probably does it better than even other games I'm going to list further on that also does 2D in a capacity. And dear Lord, the animation promotion for this stuff, top tier.
Okay.
Mike, you can say stuff if you want to say stuff, unless it is literally going to take up all the time.
Listen.
Yes. Number 3, Sonic Frontier.
Okay.
Frontiers.
That one's all right.
Newest in the franchise, does a lot of cool new things. We talked about Sonic Frontiers very recently in multiple videos. Check out some of them before. Most likely the Sonic Frontiers video. It's a good game. Like, all the songs are bangers.
Yeah.
A bunch of new mechanics that all actually worked out. The boss fights are amazing. Having Supersonic be something that you get at the end of a freaking stage rather than at the end of the game is really great. It's a good game design, and it's a better thing than always just getting it at the end. It's a good change of pace, I should say.
I agree.
Small summary for that. And God, the exploratory areas are the best part of the game. My only complaint with the game is I wish there was more.
Yeah.
Hopefully DLC can come in clutch.
Exactly. Now, number 2, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Battling with friends. Chow Garden. Introduced Shadow the Hedgehog. Had, some of the best dynamics ever. We got to see 2 people go super at the same time. Freaking probably some of the best boss fights and versus in the games. Great level design. We get stuff like Pumpkin Hill, and we get Escape from the City. There's so much good songs in just this game alone. That I'd be Live and Learn. There's too many good ones, honestly. So I'll continue on and say this one held my top for a very long time until I got to my number 1 on the list. Sonic Generations.
Wait, what was number 2?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh, I missed that.
I think you got cut out for a little bit.
Ah.
There's Pumpkin Hill, Escape from the City.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2
Live
is
and Learn.
phenomenal.
Introduces Shadow the Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of lore. Bunch of fighting with friends to Chow Garden. Come on, it's one of the goats for Sonic Adventure. It's like a must play if you're interested.
Yeah,
in Sonic
it is.
Hedgehog at all.
It's classic and fantastic at the same time.
Yep. And now my number 1, Sonic Generations.
Mm.
Yes, I said this one might make you a little bit upset. For me personally,
it's just rehashing the old. Go on.
Wrong. It actually does a lot of shit better than some other ones.
Yes.
It fixed Crisis City of all things, Mike. It fixed Crisis City. That you have seen me play that level. That thing is unplayable. They made that shit not only playable but fun.
Yep.
They've also done second renditions of all the music from the levels featured in that game. They've reimagined the silver fight. They also redid the shadow fight to actually be also a bit more playable. They redid this Metal Sonic fight so that it's in a modern state and actually really, really fucking good. They have all the characters in there. You can have access to so many abilities in the game, and there's so many other references to previous games in there. Plus, it has a full Sonic soundtrack up to that point, which you can use in any stage. Collecting rigs, the tricks, the best kind of boost. The reimagining of stages in 2D is amazing. Dear Lord, the boss fights themselves kind of I consider better than at least those in Mania and Adventure 2 Battle. They're really well planned out and actually work well. It tops it really does. It literally has the best from a bunch of Sonic games. Hell, actually, no, it has some of the worst, and it made it one of the better ones. Dear Lord.
Yeah.
It's really great.
It's
really
a very
awesome.
good game.
It's a very good game. And that would be my list for now. I know Mike wants to speak now, so I'll let him. I think Mike should maybe go next in terms of putting their list out.
I mean, mine's
So,
gonna
okay.
be mine's probably gonna be really triggering for him.
What, you want him just to
Um,
stew? You want him just to stew through your list too?
Maybe if he
okay,
wants.
so first, we're gonna ignore. So give me the rundown of your list, like just so I can refresh it.
Number 10, Sonic in the Black Knight. Number 9, Sonic Advance 3. Number 8, Sonic Colors. Number 7, Sonic Heroes. Number 6, Sonic Battle for GBA. Number 5, Sonic Adventure. Number 4, Sonic Mania. Number 3, Sonic Frontiers. Number 2, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Number 1, Sonic Generations.
Okay, I have a fair amount of those games on my list.
Okay.
Sonic Generations is not number 1. Sonic and the Black Knight is a good place. I have it at 10 as well. Your reasons for liking it are bullshit.
What, you
Sonic
don't like the
Colors is
soundtrack?
way.
Don't like the sound.
Shush. I let you go. I let him go. Wait. Sonic Colors is way too low. Sonic Generations is horrifically overrated, in your opinion. Sonic Adventure 2, I agree with it. Definitely 1 or 2. I have it at 1. Sonic Frontiers, yeah, top 3. I agree with that. I don't know anything about Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance, so I agree to disagree.
Pick up a GPA.
Sonic Heroes, I have at 4. You have at 6. Okay, fine. Sonic Adventures is criminal to have it at 5 and not at least 4 because it
I
started 3D Sonic. Well, Sonic 3D Blast technically did, but Sonic Adventure really took it off. So that's my problems with that. So I'm gonna go next because
Okay.
in my explanations, I'm going to explain. Will cover a lot of why I disagree with the placements. So my list, I'm gonna run through real quick, and I'll explain it. Number 10, I have Sonic and the Black Knight. I like it because it was something completely different. They tried something new. It didn't work. It got very frustrating. The music was really good. I love that they tried something new finally and put a lot of work into it instead of just half-assing something, and that's why I liked it, or that's why I put up with it. Sonic, like they didn't just let Sonic and the Secret Rings be its own thing and nothing. Sonic and the Secret Rings was bad. It was bad, but it could have been good. It did a lot of new things that I thought like had a lot of potential, and in Black Knight, they upgraded a lot of those and made them better. Still was kind of rocky and quirky and glitchy, and it wasn't perfect, but it was better. And I liked that they, actually took a formula that they made and made it better instead of just trashing it when there's stuff that could be done. So I liked the principle of that game a lot, and I like swords, so it was cool. But I don't think the game objectively is very good. I'm very critical of Sonic. So a lot of the games in my top 10, I don't actually think are very good objective games. A lot of them are more, I like them more for what they are. Second off, I do have one honorable mention, which is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Aside from Mario Kart, it's the best racing game I've ever played. I love it. I played a lot of it. I played guiltily too much of it, but it's not really a Sonic game. So I withheld it from my top 10. So number 9, I have Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Another one. Objectively not really a great game, but I like that they tried the racing again and did it in its own way. Kind of made it sort of like F-Zero, which I love. And which is what they should do for a Sonic racing game, is kind of make it more like F-Zero because it's fast. It shouldn't be slow. And I like that they tried it. I like that they kept it going. Like the first one wasn't great. Very glitchy, very haphazard. But it could have worked. Again, similar to Black Knight. They had a working template that like just needed to be worked on. And Sonic Riders, I think, was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed the story of Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I thought it was kind of cool. And the whole Babylon strip and everything. I thought it was pretty neat. I liked a lot of the boards that you could use and stuff like that. The race boards that you could use. I loved the character selection. pretty nice. Overall, pretty good racing game. If you can get behind or get past the like bugs and glitches and whatnot. Um, Number 8, one of the few that's on this list that I think is an objectively good game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think it's the best 2D Sonic game. I don't really think there, at least before James said it today, I didn't really think there was much debate about it. Sonic Mania is not on Sonic 3's level at all. Sonic Mania is great, yeah, but it's more great, I think, for the nostalgia because we hadn't had a 2D Sonic game in forever. Um, I also think it's much easier to make a 2D Sonic game than a 3D one. Um, I'm not saying it's bad. Sonic Mania is really good, but it didn't really revolutionize anything or change anything. It was just kind of a feels good kind of game, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that, but not top 10 material, in my opinion. Which is funny because objectively, Sonic Mania is a better game than Black Knight, Zero Gravity, and a few of the other games on my list. Objectively, a better game. But it just didn't stick out to me. It wasn't really impactful to me. Which is more what I look at when I'm talking about Sonic, because a lot of the games are just not objectively very good. Most of the games are good or considered good because you can have a lot of fun with them, if you know what I mean. Yes? No?
Eh,
But that point,
no, I get,
what
I
do you?
get, no, okay.
That point
Just kidding.
alone, like most Sonic games aren't objectively very good, but a lot of them are fun because you can have a lot of fun with them.
I mean, doesn't it make it a good game though?
Yeah,
If you're
subjectively,
having
it's
fun.
good. Objective means graphically, like runs well, no glitches, no frame rate issues, etc., etc. Subjectively is like you can have a lot of fun with it. It's there's a lot of story here. There's a lot of cool things here. There's a lot of stuff like that. Stuff that is like opinionated, interpreted. Objectively, I'm stating based off of like how the game runs. Does it have glitches? Does it break? Does it, you know, et cetera, et cetera? Does it look appropriate? Does it look correct? That's what I mean by objective. Like, does it work? And a lot of Sonic games don't. They have a lot of glitches. That's really what they're known for nowadays, unfortunately. But the 2D games don't really have any of that, which is interesting. But I don't like the 2D games as much, just because I don't know. I didn't grow up with them, so it's not as cool to me. The music in them are fantastic, though. So number 8. So we have 10 as Black Knight, 9 as Zero Gravity, 8 as Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And number 7, I have Shadow the Hedgehog. Another game, objectively, not really great. However, when 12-year-old me played it, thought it was the coolest thing ever. Shadow, I loved him. Edgelord, guns, all that stupid shit. Looking back on it, really cringy and cheesy. But the music was fire. The story was dark and gritty, which was kind of cool. I liked that there was like multiple different endings, which I always love in game when there's multiple different endings, because it just adds so much layers into the game. And the levels were really fun. I thought overall, like the mechanics were weird, but I thought like Shadow controlled fairly well. The graphics were fine. I thought they were cool. I didn't have any real issue with them. It was just really weird and wonky and wacky. But there was some charm to it. It would never be done again. Probably should have never been done, but I don't know. Something about it always, I don't know if it was just the nostalgia in me, the kid playing a quote unquote darker game, but it was different, and that's going to be a trend in my list for the most part. Um, Number 6 is only here because it has to be. I don't really think this game is all that great. But number 6 is Sonic Generations. Um, I just I understand that it takes a lot of things from past Sonic games and makes them better, but doing that also means the game doesn't have much of an identity of itself, in my opinion. There's no original music really at all. Um, the story is fine. You know, I like the interdimensional stuff like that. I thought that was kind of neat. I wish they would have done a little more with it. Um, the dialogue was great. That was fantastic. I love the conversations between Eggman and himself. Those were freaking hilarious. Um, so that was all cool and all that. The levels are great. The levels are great. Objectively, really fantastic game, and I understand why a lot of people think it's the best. But for me, it doesn't do anything new, and it doesn't do anything that hasn't been done before. It just fixes a lot of things. You know, it, and that's great and all, but it's, I don't know. I feel like it's just hard to put that above something like Adventure, Adventure 2, Heroes, Colors, Frontiers, anything else like that have their own identity. Sonic Generations, I just don't think of because it doesn't stick out to me. Because I don't think of those levels as Sonic Generations levels. I think of those levels as their games levels, just remastered. And that's kind of where my problem lies. If Sonic Generations had its own original stuff in it as well as those other things, I think it would probably be in my top 3. But it
Well, I
doesn't.
mean, it does.
It doesn't really have much to its
The
own.
silver level, the metal Sonic level, it has so many new 2D Sonic levels because a lot of them were originally 3D Sonic levels and they had to change them up for it.
But
As well as,
they
use
just
other.
switched the perspective. It's
No.
still
No,
the
they
same
didn't.
area.
No, they did
No.
not. The entire
Mm.
level structure is different for a lot of the levels, especially since classic Sonic doesn't use a lot of the same moves as modern Sonic
Yes,
does.
classic
Heck, that's
Sonic is the real thing that makes that game good to me. Like that makes
Damn.
it in this list.
Can't believe
Classic
someone
Sonic.
has such a wrong opinion.
Because
there's
classic Sonic.
also
Listen, I was quiet for him.
there's also a
Classic.
lot of bonus levels too for Sonic Generations. Like a lot of bonus levels too that are
I
separate
don't
from
recall
any other
those.
How
Sonic
about we
games.
just save it for when I go up, okay?
Go for it.
I don't recall a lot of the bonus levels, but it's been a while since I played it. So
Damn.
but I do think this 2D Sonic was a good addition because 2D Sonic levels in games that hadn't been done in a while. So I definitely think that it gave it some originality, putting a lot of the 3D old levels into a 2D um, light, I guess, into a 2D way. Um, I think that was really, really cool. But it still felt like I was running through, at least to me, still felt like I was running through something I'd done before. Now, that might just be completely wrong to the two of you, but for me, most of the game felt like it was something that I had done before. So that's kind of why it's not in my top 5. Um, feel free to disagree, but that's my opinion. Number 5 is Sonic Colors. This game has all of the potential to be the best Sonic game ever. If it just fixed a few things, which the remaster didn't do, which is all it was supposed to do. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Sonic Colors was a new, completely different idea, and I loved it. You know, we had new boosts. We had these new. It was just the start of something different, and it felt different. It felt more Sonic. Like it just they took out people, which I loved. It was more just the old classic Sonic versus Eggman in a crazy little Eggman built thing with saving the little creatures. I loved it. It was so good, so different, and it played fantastically. Like the game ran great, looked pretty damn good. The story was nice and cheesy, like Sonic should be. You know, it was everything that it was supposed to be. But I felt like it could have done a little bit more. I felt like they could have given the colors a little bit more, like, I don't know, um, personality. They had some, but I really wish we could have seen a little bit more of them. Um, but like That's really it. Like, the game did really good, but similar to Frontiers, I feel like it could have done a lot more. And I'm really upset that we didn't get a Sonic Colors too. Because I think it would have been amazing. But because I feel like it could have done a lot more, it's only number 4. Or number 5. Number 4, by all intents and purposes, should not be here. Sonic Heroes is number 4. It should be, like, not on this list. Because Sonic Heroes has so many glitches across all of its different versions. So much, like, different bugs and crap, and just way too fast, way too finicky. But it's got great charm. You can't help but laugh and have fun when you play it. I don't know what it is about it, those old original 3D Sonic games, but like you're a team, you're fighting, you get to play as all these different characters at once and work together, and they talk to each other, and then you get to battle the other people as a team. It was just so many cool different things that really pulled its weight. If this didn't have like its own gimmicks and its own good story and its own stuff, the gameplay itself was not great. A lot of those levels were infuriating. Those like Halloween levels, holy crap! Like, I can't tell you how many times I swore during those. And some of the just random bullshit deaths that you'd get, the jumping between rails, like, this game had a lot of flaws. But yet I still kept going back to it. I still kept loving it. I don't know why. It was just a lot of fun. And I went back and played it not too long ago to see if it was nostalgia goggles when I would talk about it. It's really not. Maybe it's the GameCube version, because I hear people say that the PlayStation version sucks. Like, but like, I play on the GameCube version, and yeah, it's got a lot of crap, but I don't know. I just deal with it. It's just fun. I don't know what. I don't know why. I really don't know how to explain it. Um, but it did something totally different. Get to play as 3 characters at one time, 4 different stories, different level designs, and then an ending. Now, the Chaos Emerald like shit was bullshit. It was not fun. That was like epileptic, like going through some of those levels with all of those colors. But that aside, the Metal Sonic fight was awesome. I mean, we got to hear Charmy call Metal Sonic a friggin' incomplete freak. Like, it was just crazy, funny. I just loved it. I still love it. So right now we have my honorable mention is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Number 10 is Black Knight. 9 is Zero Gravity. 8 is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. 7 is Shadow the Hedgehog. 6 is Generations. 5 is Colors. And 4 is Sonic Heroes. So my top 3 in number 3 is Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure has some of the best music in the franchise. Nobody really argues that. It's amazing. On top of that, it introduces the Chows and the Chow Garden, which is you could play that could be the whole game, realistically. So that's another S tier point. Third has a phenomenal story. I loved it. 4, 6 different characters to play through with unique stories for the most part, and I love that. Unique gameplay. Some of it was infuriating, Big and Amy
Froggy.
were not fun, but in a weird way, I'm glad they were there, because it just means that they were trying a bunch of things, and I love that. I love it more that they made a sequel. But I love the world around it. I don't like Sonic with people for the most part, but this one was fine. It was all right. I think the issue with Sonic and people came sort of a little more later, like after the adventure games.
It came from Sonic X. Move on.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Like a lot of the issues that I have with Sonic interacting with people comes a little bit later. But this was really, really great for what it was. Does it hold up well? No. Does the music hold up well? Yes. Does the dialogue hold up well? Yeah, I would say so. But the lip syncing does not. It's horrendous. The graphics are not great. For what they were at the time, they were pretty good, yeah. I think the levels are really cool. They're just very different. They're very unique, which I liked. Not to mention, it's the first full real 3D Sonic game. And it was pretty good. I mean, to get that running on the Dreamcast, it's impressive. Um, I I really do love this game. It's one of the games that I will defend till the end of time for no apparent reason. I just love it. I love it a lot. I love what it did. I love what it spawned. It directly led to, my opinion, the best game in Sonic's history. But I don't know. Everything about it had so much charm and character, personality, and they really went all out with it. And they don't do that a lot. And I wish they did, but they don't. So Sonic Adventure is phenomenal to me. The progression was great. I really did love it.
Fair enough. Fair.
Number 2.
I was gonna say, if you've been paying attention, I think I know what number 2 is, and I know what number 1 is. So
yeah, number 2, Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers would be number 1 if it wasn't so short. If it had more replay value. I don't feel like there's anything that I'm missing if I were to go back and play. I don't think there's anything else I could do other than rebeat the game. But that aside, that's my only flaw with it. Looks great, plays great for a Switch version, at least on my end. Didn't have any glitches or issues with it. I don't particularly like the what are they called? A blanking. The levels, the like.
I know what you're talking about.
Level. The space, like the in space time levels. Oh my god!
I know exactly what you're talking about. Cyberspace.
I don't particularly think they needed them. I get why they added them, is to appease more fans, but they should have made them less mandatory. Because some of them are just really stupid, and the objectives are really bullshit sometimes. But overall, I love the collectibles. I love having so much things to collect. I love the power-ups. I love the RPG. I like the combat. I thought it was really cool. Simple, but effective, which I enjoyed. I loved every fight that I did, except for the night fight, which was horseshit. But I've already talked about that. The music is some of the best the series has ever seen. Yeah.
Undefeatable.
Yeah, undefeatable.
Find your flame.
Vandalized. One-way dream. I'm here.
Find your flame.
Find your flame. Yeah. So much good music in that game, and the use of Supersonic was fantastic. Getting to use it multiple times was great. The fact that they're adding DLC, which means they're expanding, is really cool. I'm interested to see how they'll do it, because we already know that I'm of the opinion that I didn't really think that would work, because I really think they wrapped it up at the end, but we'll see. I'm all for it either way. The character development that they did, I thought was phenomenal, giving each character more time to talk, more spotlight, more interactions, more depth. I really loved. Finally, Amy wasn't just a, come here, Sonic, fuck me. Like, it wasn't. She was a character. She had like character traits. Like, she was cool.
She cared about other things besides Sonic.
I loved Eggman's development in the game. I loved Sage. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Eggman and Sage, fantastic. I love the storyline. I love that. I actually didn't like the voice of Sonic at first. I didn't like Roger Craig Smith's deeper voice at first, but it really grew on me with how the game was portrayed. That voice just fit really well.
Especially for
I love
later
the dark.
situations.
Yeah, exactly. I love the darker aspects of it. Like later on, were really cool. I enjoyed the space enemy, like the space like ancient like species that looked like chaos. I really liked them.
Well,
The
also
Cocos
explained
were kind of
chaos.
cool. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It explained a couple of stuff, and I'm like, oh man, pretty nice.
I liked the references that they put into old Sonic games, which was really cool.
Mm.
Like directly referencing them, which was pretty neat. Showing the growth for like a good example, like for Tails, showing a lot of his growth. Showing that he recognizes how he may have failed in the past and how he doesn't want to do that again. Like I thought that was really cool. I liked the mini puzzles. A lot of them were fairly easy, but I liked them. I wish there were a few more secrets. Um, but
How
again,
about
that
that
can be added in
fishing
the
though?
DLC. The fishing was fun, actually.
Because I know you did. I don't think you did it the last time that we actually talked about Sonic Frontiers, and we told you to go back and check because it
I
was
did.
actually.
No, I did. I went back and I got all of it pretty quickly. I wish it took me a little bit longer so I could have enjoyed it a bit more, but um, the memos were great. The egg memos had a lot of context to a lot of things, which I really enjoyed. Overall, it's just really packed of just great content. But again, same thing with Sonic Colors. I think they could have done more. Now this game's getting DLC, so that's why I'm bumping it up a bit. So they're adding more, so that's why it's getting bumped up. But I don't know. It didn't have the same issue that I had with Breath of the Wild, where it just felt a lot emptier. But Breath of the Wild also had a lot of secrets. This game didn't really have many secrets,
Was
so
it because
that's the trade-off.
Sonic as a character just can move fast between some of the little bit of empty space there is, and even then there isn't a lot of that in the game to give it
Yeah,
that.
I love the way they did the open zone. I enjoyed how they made it so that even though you're moving fast, the world is just built or kind of around that, so that
It's
everywhere
just
there
so
is stuff,
big.
yeah, everywhere there is stuff, but it feels small because you're moving so fast. But when you stop and look, it's huge. Um, the upgrade systems were kind of broken. I didn't mind them. I liked them. Could have used a bit of tweaking though. But Sonic Frontiers, fantastic game. Um, number one is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I don't really know. I mean, before this, I didn't know many people that wouldn't put this at number one, but apparently now I know at least two. Um, which surprises me a great deal because this game has the best music in the franchise, in my
And
opinion.
it's still
I don't
pretty high.
really, I don't really think, I don't really think. Yeah, but you put Generations above this. That's blasphemous. Um, but like
Okay.
Sonic Adventure 2 was the sequel that I wanted for all of the other original games that they did. Like, I want a sequel to Frontiers. I wanted a sequel to Heroes. I wanted a sequel to Colors. I wanted a sequel to Shadow. I wanted a sequel to like all of these other things, and they never came because they just gave up on them because they didn't do as well as they didn't realize that they had positives and they just needed to be polished and redone a little bit. Sonic Adventure 2, they did it. They made the sequel, and it was the first time. Sonic Adventure was the first one, and they made the sequel. So I don't know why they didn't make a sequel for the other ones, since they saw how well the sequel did this time. Sonic Adventure 2, the Chow Garden alone, I have over 1,000 hours in. The Chow Garden alone could be its own game in this. 100%. Infinite replay value, which makes it amazing. The Hero and Dark Side, amazing. The end game, fantastic. The way they used all the characters. The music in each different level, top tier. I mean, you have Live and Learn, City Escape, Pumpkin Pumpkin Hill, Wild Canyon, the Shadow one. I can't remember all the names of the specific zones, but the Radical Highway, the White Jungle, um, Final Rush, the end one between Sonic and Shadow. Just I liked the techno music with Tails and Eggman. It was just such a good variety of stuff. The Knuckles levels were great. I really enjoyed the searching to the point where I've memorized every single place that an Emerald can be. And I know the raps. I have them on a playlist. Like the game is fantastic. The voice acting is fantastic. The interactions between the characters are great. I mean, Metal Harbor's fantastic. That music, you get like an actual sense of kind of dread at some points in time. Like holy shit, I'm getting chased by a giant truck named Gun, or holy shit, this jungle's about to explode. You know, listen, this game's over 20 years old. I'm not holding any spoilers. The end like team up battle between everybody and fighting Final Hazard with Super Shadow and Super Sonic is one of the best things in the series. The fight itself could have been better, but still, like this was so good that they made an anime adaptation of it. Like this defined Sonic to me: edgy, cool, heroic, fast, and infinite possibilities. And I beat this game more times than I care to admit. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is the definitive Sonic game, and it baffles me that they haven't done a remaster of that. Although, with how Colors came out, I really don't know if I want them to. Because Colors, we all agreed, not like the remaster is like horrible. It's a joke. It runs like a joke. That game is sad. So Sonic Adventure 2 Battle again. Oh, and there's multiplayer. Like this game has so much. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I do wish there was an overworld like in Sonic Adventure, but I don't care. It's fine. I loved Sonic Adventure 2, and I don't think there will ever be a game in the Sonic franchise that takes that #1 position for me. So that's my top 10. Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Frontiers, and then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
And that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeez. I do have a couple gripes with it, but
Go on.
well, I was going to say
It's your turn now, anyway.
I mean, yeah.
I'll bring up some things. With Sonic's Generation, I don't remember there being a 3D stage with Chemical Plant. And yes, the environment design was like the atmosphere in each level was the same because it was kind of like a 25th anniversary or 20th. I forget which anniversary it was, but it was
I think it was 25th.
Yeah, it was a celebration of all of Sonic's previous stuff. So where there were originally 2D levels, they added 3D, and where there were 3D, they added 2D. And
yeah, it was cool.
And they went through and designed it. It wasn't just the same word for word every single thing. It was different level designs. And yes, the story was
lackluster,
but I still enjoyed playing through all the levels, trying to get S ranks, and just having a fun time with it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I think I said that it's one of the few objectively good games that I have on my list that don't really have any issues. I just felt like a lot of the levels that I played, not all of them, but a lot of it, I felt like I was running through something I had seen before or done before. No, still fun, still great, still number 6 in my top 10, you know, but I just felt like they could have added a little more originality.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But still, a good game. You know, not bad by any means. All right.
So now it's my turn?
Was that the only gripe that you had?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. James, did you have anything?
No, I don't think I have any big issues with it. Except for just some jokes mad at me. That's the only issues I really had. I'm just bruh.
I can't believe you put Generations at #1. I don't even believe it's the best objective, like, I don't even believe it's the best game, like, by an objective standpoint. I think Colors would probably be that.
Well, That's obviously a good thing to point
Opinion.
out because guess what? My my list is very subjective.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
So,
I think all of us are.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all of
Fair
ours
enough.
are.
Yes.
I mean, I
But,
kind of
good
rank
eye
mine.
there.
I
Good
rank
eye
mine.
there, mate.
I am glad that you at least put Adventure 2 at number in
Two.
the top 3, and Frontiers in the top 3. I'm glad we both agree on that. I can't see a world where. All right, never mind. Joe, it's your turn.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to start with a couple caveats. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and Knuckles, I haven't really played enough to have an opinion on. So
I haven't played any of them except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
yeah, I know. The Sonic Advance, Sonic Rush
Hold on,
Adventure.
hold on. Everybody, hold on. Everybody, stop. My headphones are out. I can't hear.
God damn it.
Okay, sorry. All right, I'm good.
The,
I was just
the,
moving around and it fell out.
I mean, I'm just doing caveats, so like games that are not on my list because I haven't played them or I haven't played them enough to have opinions. Like the Sonic Advance trilogy, Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Colors for DS.
Mhm.
Sonic Adventure, I would say I haven't played enough to really have an opinion
Really?
on it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't
Okay.
even gotten to playing like the second character in the game.
Really?
Yeah. Sonic
All
Heroes,
right.
Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic and the Secret Rings, though it wouldn't be on my list anyway.
Okay, good.
Sonic Colors, I have not played it enough.
Huh.
Fair enough.
So it's not going to be on my list.
Fair.
Yes.
I'm interested to see what 10 games you have then. So go on.
Well, first of all, honorable mention, because this one's technically not an official Sonic game, but I had a lot of fun with it, and it was a fan game. So this isn't part of the top 10. This is just, hey, I'm shouting this out because it's very fun. Sonic Smackdown.
I don't know what that is.
Understandable.
It is a 2D fighter, or 2.5D fighter, with Sonic characters. It includes characters like Emerald, Chaos,
Oh,
Metal Sonic, and then there's the I forget. It's like the prequel to Metal Sonic. It was in Sonic 1. It's
Silver
like the
Sonic?
clunkier version. I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
was
I
it just
just
like
can't.
Robosonic or whatever?
Yes. Something
It's
like that.
Okay.
Metal Sonic didn't really become a thing until CD, and there were actually other copies before him.
Yeah. Either way, it's a very fun 2D fighter. It is basically Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 mechanics, but no tag. It's just 1v1.
Ooh.
And I had a lot of fun when I played it.
That sounds fun. Is it free to
Okay.
play?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, you should. It's very fun. Okay. Number 10, Sonic 06.
So you're saying that because you like you like to hate play it, right?
Honestly, I like you've heard the kind of music that I listen to where it's just
Yeah.
so bad it's good. That's my opinion on this game. I had
To be
so
fair,
much
his world is good. To be fair, his world is good.
Yes, the music is great.
All Hail Shadow is fantastic as well.
Crisis City is one of the best Sonic tracks, period.
Yeah. Mhm.
It is amazing. And I would listen to it when I'm doing work, when I'm doing schoolwork, whatever. It is amazing. Not only that, I've had so much fun with the glitches because it's like they are game breaking, but they are consistently game breaking. So you can do one thing in the same exact spot, the same exact way, and the same
For the
thing will
speed
happen.
running.
No, I haven't speedrun this game.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm just saying the one glitch where you spin on top of a box and you just go up to the skybox, that is worth the top 10 listing, in my opinion.
Understandable.
It's just so silly and so fun. And yeah, I haven't really gotten... It's been a very long time since I played it. In fact, I want to play Project 06 when the full thing comes out with silver gameplay. I want to see how it goes. But honestly, I'd say if I were to play this game again without any of the like gripes, I would probably have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 9.
You're wrong, but okay.
I didn't have enough for a top 10.
I'll be
That
quiet. That was a
okay.
joke. I'll be quiet.
Okay, number 9, Sonic Lost World.
Okay, the
Okay, no,
Eggman and Sonic relationship was also pretty nice. I see. I'm trying to get where you're going with this.
no, this one I can't.
And also, Sonic is also very sassy in that fucking game.
I'll let you explain, but I'll let you explain. But I think this game's a bad game. I don't even think it's good. But go on. I want to hear your explanation, of course.
Well, number 1, one of the big reasons why I love this game, or like this game enough to put it in the top 10, is hey, it has a Legend of Zelda level in it. I know that's not enough, but I will say this was at an era during the Wii U where I thought the Wii U was the best thing ever. Better than sliced bread. I know now that it's not, but when I played this at the time, I had a lot of fun. I got through it. I think I 100% completed it, and I even had the 3DS version. But I'm talking about the Wii U version because the 3DS version was kind of It wasn't really the best. But either way, I did have fun when I played it, and despite not having boost in 3D, I liked the parkour system. It was cool. And I liked the levels. Yes, I know not a lot of them are great, but you gotta admit Honeycomb Highway is a pretty banger track.
Listen,
I do
you don't have to
not.
convince me too much to convince me that a Sonic song is banger.
Yes. And I know this is pretty bad for a top top 10, but listen, I was kind of grasping at straws.
Okay, understandable, fair enough. If you
Yeah.
haven't touched them, that's fair.
Yes. Okay, number 8, Sonic Mega Collection.
Ah.
Yes, I'm that kind of person. Because the thing is, all of the games in the Mega Collection I barely touched on because ADHD, short attention span. I touched one, moved on to the next. Touched another, moved on to the next. But I'd say overall, I have enough hours to give my opinion on it as a collection. Because I played Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It was fun. Didn't beat it. I didn't even get halfway through. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, same thing. 3 and Knuckles, same thing. I played Sonic Spinball. I sucked at it. I played it recently. I'm a lot better, and it's a lot more fun than I would think, but And then Sonic 3D Blast, I actually really enjoyed for at the time how little games I had. So this is kind of all these games in a collection are kind of really fun. It's just I haven't played any of them separately enough to have an opinion on any of them. So Mega Collection it is.
The all-encompassing Mega Collection, understand?
It just had all the 2D games. Not even all of them. It missed Sonic CD.
Yeah, it did. Which is really big oof.
Yes.
Didn't it include Sonic Episode 4 and didn't include Sonic CD? I don't even remember, really. I think it did.
It was for the GameCube in like 2002. Sonic Episode 4 didn't come out until like 2014.
You're right. You're right. I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry.
Yes. And I can assure you, Sonic Episode 4 or Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and 2 are not on my list.
Good.
That's because I
at that point, I'd be like, "Are you sure you're a Sonic fan?"
No, I'm not sure.
I'm already questioning that.
I know. I'm a very weird Sonic fan because I'm an everything fan. I play everything at least a little bit and then move on.
Hey, but it did have Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, so you know what? Fair enough.
Yes. Though this wasn't at the time where I know. If I didn't have this on, it would be a top 9. I'll have you know. I needed it to be a top 10. And even then, it was a game that I had from my childhood, and I include compilations. In some of my favorite games, I included Metroid Prime Trilogy in it. So I'd say it's my list. I get to decide what's on it. I know it's technically breaking your rules, but it's not breaking my rules. So, fuck off.
There you go.
Fine.
Respectfully.
Fair enough.
Okay. Number 7, Sonic and the Black Knight.
Okay then, we all agree that Sonic and the Black Knight at least deserves to be in a top 10.
Yes. I know this is a little bit too high for you guys, but my number 8 was Sonic Mega Collection, 9 was Sonic Lost World, and 10 was Sonic 06. I'd say this is pretty much number 10.
Yeah, if you didn't like, you haven't played some of the games that we were talking about, so yeah, it makes sense. It's
Yes.
understandable.
And I won't really go on with it. It had an amazing soundtrack. I loved playing it when I did. Yes, it was motion controls, but at that time I was a very, very energetic kid and didn't care
Wait,
what
what
the gameplay
game?
was like.
What's number 7?
Sonic and the Black Knight?
Sonic and Black Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed the name.
Well, either way,
Okay.
I enjoyed it when it came out. Yes, it has like
Yeah, so did I.
a C plus score, 50%. It's not objectively a good game, but subjectively, I enjoyed it.
You can have a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. I
Number
like all the
s-
different swords.
Yes. Number 6, Sonic Mania.
Okay then, there we go. I'm
I'd
okay
say
with that.
I have played enough of it to give my opinion on it. I really enjoyed it enough to buy it twice, one on Switch, other one on Steam. And it's a very, very good 2D platformer Sonic. And after I've played it, I really feel like 2D Sonic games
Why
really.
is there a freaking staple in my chicken box?
What the fuck?
Ow!
What the hell is going on over there?
I ordered Angelo's, not sponsored. I ordered Angelo's. My mom ordered Angelo's pizza and got me a thing of chicken fingers and fries. And there's just a staple sticking out the side of my box. And I just cut my finger on it.
I can
What
tell
in
you.
the hell are they doing to me?
I can tell you right now. I've had a stuffed mushroom that's been deep fried, and when I bit into it, it had like a little piece of metal from the metal grates that they use to fry it in.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So, hey, at least didn't go into your mouth.
No, but did yours cut you?
Pretty sure yes.
Okay.
Inside of
So
the
then,
mouth.
yeah, I get
You
you.
know, one of the most sensitive areas of the body.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know how big the piece was.
About the size of a stapler.
Huh?
Wait, so
As
it was
in-
just a log of metal?
As big as a staple. I did not mean to put the R in there. Like Sonic
I was
R
gonna
is not
say,
in my list.
you just inhale like a gold bar or something?
No.
Just like Joey with like this little
That
freaking
doesn't get
stuffed
stuck
mushroom,
in-
and you just see a giant piece of stapler in there.
Would you
Like, oh,
like
man,
some?
this is
Would
gonna be
you like
delicious.
some mushroom? Would you like some mushroom with your gold,
Yes, I know.
with your metal brick?
Okay. Okay, back to my list. Sonic Mania
Mhm.
made me feel like if I'm playing a 2D Sonic game, it needs to have the drop dash in it. Otherwise, it doesn't feel good.
Drop dashes it is the staple.
It is the staple in my mushroom.
I hate you.
You're the one who
I quit
brought
the
it up.
I quit this podcast.
Damn.
I'm going solo.
His final episode on Sonic, very, very, very poetic.
I know that when I'm editing this, I'm just going to put a timestamp that says staple in my mushroom right around here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
moving on to the top 5. Mike, you're really going to hate this. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh. Oh.
Yes, it is not higher than my top. It is not in my top 3. It's in my top 5. But that is because when I played it, I was a little baby man that did not know what the hell was going on, and I liked it for City Escape, and that's basically it. I've tried to play it recently. It's fun. I would still put it in the top place that I did, but otherwise, yeah, it's fun.
Mike, think of it like this way. He got into the top
Oh, I'm
5
just
purely
choosing
on
not to
City
think about
Escape. He got into his top 5 purely on City Escape. And honestly, I
I'm
could
just
live
I'm
with
just
that.
choosing not to think about it.
That is fair.
I'm just choosing to pretend like we skipped number 5.
Okay, number 4, Sonic Unleashed.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna have more.
Well, I mean, I do
Well,
like Endless Possibility.
as long as it's not ahead of Sonic Adventure 2, it's fine.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Oof.
So I mean, they did try. Like you should like this. They tried something new in this game.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yes, with the
Yeah,
Werehog.
the Werehog. Yeah,
And the boost formula in 3D. It was the first one.
indeed.
I know the boost formula had started beforehand, but it
Then
was
why does it feel like everything is just kind of rehashed and that, Chip is just a more annoying small version of Tails? The end fight is just like a giant Godzilla fight. Maybe new,
That's a lot of Sonic fights.
maybe
Yes.
not maybe new to Sonic, but at the time, a lot of it felt like it was just copying a bunch of other shit, and the Werehog just seemed stupid to me. Yeah, it was new. Great, I'm happy you did something new, but why?
Having not ever played a beat 'em up ever before this, having the Werehog as my first beat 'em up section, I really kind of enjoyed.
Yeah, but once you
It's a
play
good
all the
beat 'em up.
beat 'em ups, like
Yeah.
To be
Bayonetta,
fair, it's very hard to compare Sonic Unleashed Werehog beat 'em up to Yakuza 0 beat 'em up.
I have not played enough of Yakuza 0 to have my
let me see
opinion.
something here.
I mostly say that because you're both Sega properties.
Sonic Unleashed is 2008. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
It was around the
hold
time where
on.
there was a lot of like God of War type
Yeah.
beat 'em up stuff. And I mean, hey, the day sections in this game are absolutely phenomenal.
They are really good, actually. Yeah.
You may not agree, but I like it. Also, the music is amazing, but that is kind of a constant in this.
Endless Possibility, and I like that versus Dark Gaia is only just a reprise of Endless Possibility. It's really great.
Also, Spagonia Day, amazing.
There we go.
Yeah, but I couldn't play that game if you paid me. Chip bothers me so much. He annoys the living shit out of me.
That is fair.
Well, you actually end up caring for him at the end if you played through the game.
No, I don't. I was happy that he died.
Okay, then.
Wow.
I was never less empathetic towards a character that my character was supposed to love than in that situation. I genuinely was praying that he would die. I hoped that he would die less cool. I was
You wanted
hoping
to
that
be off-screen death.
I was hoping
like
that
the
Dark Guy would just like stab him like Mephiles did to Sonic, and then Sonic would save the day. Like just some stupid death that he deserved. But like, nah. The fact that he died in a cool way makes it worse.
Okay, would you guys like to hear my top 3 now?
No.
Please.
Go on.
Please go to your top 3.
Two of these games we've already talked about so far. Number 3, Sonic Frontiers.
Okay.
Yes.
Sonic Frontiers has been consistently in our spot.
Top 3, yeah.
It is a
top
good
3.
game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I
It's
100%
the most
completed
consistent
it.
one here.
Yeah.
Same.
If you want to hear my opinion more on it, just watch the other
Check out the
podcast
video.
episode. Yep. Click on the video in the top. I'm not going to do that. That is way too much effort.
Don't put more effort than you need to, but we already appreciate the effort you do.
Number 2, Sonic Rush.
Ah.
I didn't play Sonic Rush Adventure, but I played Sonic Rush, and boy, did I have a lot of fun when I played it.
That's very fair. Sonic Rush is pretty good.
It's got a lot of fun. It's got a lot of
that's
good
the one
music.
that introduces Blaze, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Blaze is actually really fun to do it. The soundtrack is made by Hideki Naganuma, the guy behind Jet Set Radio. It's the first one with the boost formula. It's got tricks. It's got
It's
a
the
whole
first
lot of
2D
stuff.
with the boost. It's really neat.
Yes. And
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with it because I love me some boost games where rings are the things that you have to collect instead of other things. to boost.
I'm gonna be
'Cause
honest. I did forget Sonic Rush because I basically considered Sonic Rush part of the advanced timeline because it is kind of.
it is kinda, but Sonic Advanced is Advanced 1, 2, 3. Then there's Sonic Rush, Sonic Rush Adventure, what happened to the 2, and then there's Sonic Colors for the DS. That's not a Rush,
Don't worry about it.
but people
But
would
it
consider
still
the
has
third one.
Blaze in it. But it still has Blaze.
Yeah. But either way, this game has amazing music. The boss fights are but at the time I got through it, and the level design, the visuals, the soundtrack, it's all amazing. I loved it.
Indeed.
Wish I could play it again as a remaster, but a lot of DS games are stuck on that console. I'm glad that
Yeah.
Ghost Trick is coming off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now for my number one. Ha ha ha! Surprise! It's Sonic Generations.
My man.
I mean, it's the one that I played and got instantly sucked into it. I play it over and over, no matter how many times I play it. It's still amazing. The level design is great. The only thing that I kind of don't like about it is the classic stuff, but that's because I didn't grow up on it. The design of that stuff is still amazing. And
Yes.
it's got remixes of all the music that you can imagine from the originals. I also got the 3DS version, but we're not talking about that. And just having all the levels have beautiful backgrounds, beautiful set pieces, having it all be amazing, and it's on PS3, it's on Xbox 360, it's backwards compatible. You can get it through PS Now, I guess, and it's also on PC if you want to play it that way, which is, I'd say, the best for the modding. I haven't played any mods, but it's always an option. And I mean, the whole stage list is amazing. Green Hill, iconic. Chemical Plant, super iconic. Sky Sanctuary, also iconic. Speed Highway, love it. City Escape, love it. Seaside Hill, haven't played Sonic Heroes, don't have an opinion. Crisis City, they actually made it good, and the music is amazing. Rooftop Run, which is Spagonia, love it. You know my opinion on that. And Planet Wisp, I don't really remember what Planet Wisp was like. In fact, I might think it was probably very forgettable for me. So
it was actually memorable in Generations. We'll put it there. We'll put it to that.
Yes, the music's amazing though.
Yeah,
but that's kind of like a constant for that kind of stuff. And then there's the side stuff that you can do. There's a whole lot of challenges, like playing with Rouge and trying to sneak past all the guards to steal the jewels, or just getting enough rings before time runs out, or going through all of what is it? City Escape, just in 2D on the skateboard constantly.
Racing some of the people there, like racing Tails or racing Knuckles or dashing through, hitting vectors, all vectors notes.
Yep.
Playing the round with SPO. It does a lot.
Yeah, digging for coins with Knuckles.
Oh, yes.
It's just, it takes the best of the original, improves upon it, and then adds its own spin in certain spots. Like,
really nice.
It's a compilation of all the best with its own flavor. I know that Mike doesn't really see it that way. He sees it as just more of a
rehash, but it does do its own stuff. I do also like the comments of like past and future, and basically it's a look of how far Sonic has come as a franchise at that point.
Yes,
and how far like Sonic and Tails specifically went from there.
And I mean,
and Eggman too.
You can refight Perfect Chaos, and it's such a good fight.
Perfect Chaos. They redid the freaking Death Egg.
Death Egg, Metal Sonic Shadow, Perfect Chaos, Silver, Egg Dragoon, and Time Eater.
Time Eater is also a pretty good one.
Yes.
I especially love the transfers from like 2D to 3D when in Supersonic. It's just like, oh, you could use this to avoid that, or switch in this way and make it easier to get quick. It's really nice. Like it, very cool.
Yes, I also like how if you want to, you can put the homing attack on classic Sonic. Yes, I know
yes.
that ties in with Sonic 4, but I haven't played that, so I don't have an opinion on that. I think classic Sonic having the homing dash is actually kind of cool.
I mean, like they also kind of explained it in Generations too, of like learned it from him.
Yes.
Just like oh, basically a self-fulfilling like attack, basically. Time travel and all that.
Time Traveler's Peach. Where'd you get the peach from? A guy threw it at us, but that us was me. Yes. So where did we get it? Some guy threw it at us, but that us was
I don't know. Okay, fine, I'll get rid of it. Ow. On the other side, ow. Where does Peach go from?
Yeah. Either way, I really love Generations, and it's my favorite Sonic game. If I played more of other ones, I would probably enjoy those. Maybe not as much, because going back to it, I did try to replay Sonic Adventure 2 with like mods to make it the best experience possible. It's kind of clunky nowadays. Whereas I went through Sonic Generations recently and it still holds up perfectly fine.
Eh,
Then again, they're very far apart.
Yeah.
One's
That's fair.
in 2001, the other one's in like 2011, 10 years apart.
Yeah.
Either way, now that I finished talking about my list, Mike can destroy it immediately.
He can say what he feels about it.
Unless if you want me to, I'll repeat it so you have more ideas. Number 10, Sonic 06. Number 9, Sonic Lost World. Number 8, Sonic Mega Collection. Number 7, Sonic the Black Knight. Number 6, Sonic Mania. Number 5, Sonic Adventure 2. Number 4, Sonic Unleashed. Number 3, Sonic Frontiers. Number 2, Sonic Rush. And number 1, Sonic Generations.
Well, you already know why I disagree with Sonic Generations, so I'm not gonna rehash that. But it's really hard to disagree with your list based off the fact that you haven't played most of the good Sonic games, and your opinions on the ones that you have played are very questionable.
Well, yeah, I played most of the Sonic games when I was like a kid. I don't really have much memories about them. All I remember is the amount of fun that I had, and it goes up on a scale. And the ones that I played more recently have. In fact, I might put Sonic Rush behind Sonic Frontiers and put Sonic Frontiers at number 2. But other than that, list would pretty much stay the same.
It's just interesting to me.
In the comments, if you made it this far, tell us how you feel about Sonic Generations being in our top 10, being our number ones, me and Joey's. And do you agree with Mike or not?
Don't you know, we just get a lot of views. Nobody talks to us.
Hey, in the future, they might reach this moment and look back and like, sure, why not?
Tell us what you think. Talk to us. Use those keyboards and whatnot. Talk.
All right.
Say
Thank you for
something.
listening this far, too.
I did want to ask Mike something about Sonic Generations. What console did you play it on?
The Wii, I believe.
Ah.
It wasn't on the Wii.
Or the Wii U, then?
No.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was only on PS3, Xbox 360, PC, or 3DS. And the 3DS version we don't count. So only those three. PS3.
Then it was Then it was the 3DS version that I played.
No wonder you don't like it. That one's the worst version of it.
Interesting.
Like, by far, easily.
And the best way to play it is either on PC, which I don't think you have a powerful enough, or Xbox One backwards compatible, which we know how you feel about Xbox, so
yeah.
Maybe we'll gift it to you for your birthday so you can play it on a superior system and be like, oh no, this is actually a little bit better.
I still think it was good.
Yeah, Sonic
I just don't think it's.
Sonic Generations on 3DS was still good. It's just not as good as Sonic Generations for everything else.
Yes. I'd say it's about 50% as good as the original one.
Yeah, if I extend my list, Sonic Generations for 3DS would probably be number 11.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that anybody wants to talk
No,
about?
I think I'm good. I'm kind of tired though, so I'm gonna clock out.
Yep. Understandable. Thank you
But
all
this
for
was a good
listening.
topic. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Got a lot of unpopular opinions, got a lot of popular opinions. Controversial, absolutely. With my list
Yeah.
alone.
Go play a GBA Sonic game. They're actually really good. Play a handheld Sonic game that isn't Sonic Generations.
I want to go back and play them, but it's just like the GBA screen is too zoomed in. You can't see anything, and these games are all about reaction. I'm just waiting for like a remaster or some fan made update.
I just said emulate it. Fucking emulate.
Yeah, I know, but I want the best experience that I can get.
Fair enough. I don't know if Sonic Battle is going to get remastered. It should, but I don't think it is.
No.
Sonic Battle is on
It's not.
PC. Sonic Battle is on Steam. You can play it with whatever resolution you want, and the best way to play it is Hedgehog Manager or Hedge Mod Manager, that returns it to its like original Dreamcast with all the battle content. So it plays just like the Dreamcast version with all the bells and whistles, all the amazing stuff, no glitches, and it looks amazing. Not sponsored.
Making sure that it is the right one. Yeah, it's Sonic Battle for sure. Cool. Sonic Battle on Steam. Is it on Steam? I don't know if it's on Steam. I don't see Steam. Where are you?
It is 100% on Steam. Literally, if you search up in the Steam bar, Sonic, the first two options are Sonic Frontiers and then Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, I mean, I said Sonic Battle. I don't see. Hold on. Let's see.
I can't imagine why those would be the two most.
Sonic Adventure 2 is $10, and then Battle is like $3 as a DLC.
No, not Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'm talking about Sonic Battle.
Oh, no.
No Adventure.
Sonic Battle is basically just stuck on the GBA.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You that one. That's what I feel people should play. It's just also very, you gotta emulate it. You have to emulate it to play it.
Yeah. Also, it's like a isometric 3D fighting game on the GBA.
It works a lot better than what you're making it sound like, but yeah.
Oh, I know it does. I'm seeing footage of it right now. It just sounds so weird.
It is, but it's also really fun. Especially the RPG and, customization elements. It's really nice.
Oh, hey, Sonic RPG, we talking about Dark Chronicles?
No. Back out, go back.
I still have a DS Lite skin of Dark Chronicles. I
have the game.
I know.
I have the game.
It's
fuck. Go back.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
Okay, so this has been the Gameroom Discourse podcast, and before we go into the Dark Chronicles of Sonic, let's end it here.
All right. So thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been the Gameroom Discourse podcast. As always, my name is Mike.
I'm James.
And I'm Joey.
And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.